Welcome to this week's installment of Ask MedTech Kelly. I'm your host Kelly, and I have some answers for you. This week we have two emails, first one coming from Arkansas. Dear MedTech Kelly, help! I have a lab report due in only a few hours, and my professors asked me how to properly read a meniscus. What is this and how do I do it? Thanks, Hopus in Arkansas. I keep wanting to say Arkansas. It's not the same thing. Arkansas. First off, Arkansas. Your question is related to the second one I have today from Tuscaloosa. MedTech Kelly, I need your help to resolve an argument between my lab partner and I. We can't agree on what the volume is in the graduated cylinder in chemistry class. I say it's one value and she says it's another. Please help. We can't keep going on like this much longer. Sincerely frustrated, and Tuscaloosa. Okay, Tuscaloosa, a little dramatic, but what are we going to do? Okay, first off, we're going to go ahead and go to the lab, and we're going to get some answers. Most important thing in the lab, proper lab safety attire. You always want to have gloves and goggles on to protect your hands, your skin, and your eyes. I also prefer to wear a lab coat not only because it's so damn snazzy, but because it actually does help keep your clothes safe and protected from the chemicals that you will experience within the lab. First off, we're going to go ahead and go to the whiteboard. We have some definitions for you. Meniscus, a curve in the surface of a molecular substance and is produced in response to the surface of a container. Know what I'm saying yet? It's okay. I made a diagram. Here are a drawing of two different menisci, plural, or two meniscuses. Test tube A here as a portrayal of a concave meniscus. When you have a concave meniscus, you want to read at the bottom of the U shape, and that is what you would determine to be your proper volume. And test tube B here is a drawing of a convex meniscus. When you have a convex meniscus, it portrays a upside down U shape, and you want to read from the top of that shape. And again, the names come from the types of lenses, a concave lens and a convex lens. And you can see the shapes here and how they're related actually in the diagram. Time for some definitions. A concave meniscus occurs when the molecules of the liquid are attracted to those in the container. Again, remember the convex meniscus is when a concave meniscus is when we have the U shape. Convex meniscus occurs when the molecules have a stronger attraction to each other than the container. A convex meniscus occurs when you have an upside down U shape. Keep that in mind. Here in the laboratory, you often work with graduated cylinders and fluids in which you need to measure with a graduated cylinder. In most laboratory environments, you will be working with concave meniscuses, again working in the U shape, and you want to read from the bottom of that U. You want to pour your fluid into the graduated cylinder. The graduated cylinder has tick marks on the side which actually let us know what type of volume is in the cylinder. When you read a graduated cylinder, you want to read it so you're perpendicular to the fluid level. This helps us get a correct reading. And again, you want to point the tick marks to you. And this graduated cylinder happens to have a tick mark for every single milliliter, and it goes up to 50 milliliters in the mark, so you can never measure more than actually is in the graduated cylinder. Even though you can fit more than 50 milliliters, you'll never know what the actual volume is if you go over the measured lines. This line happens to be 1, 2, 3 tick marks above 20 milliliters, which makes it 23. Now, that is reading from the bottom of the meniscus. If you read from the top of the meniscus, you actually get a volume of 24 milliliters, which is incorrect. Reading the incorrect volume from your graduated cylinder will give you incorrect calculations and alter your laboratory notes. And you always want to have the most accurate laboratory data to make sure your data is as accurate and precise as possible. Okay, again, this is MedTech Kelly. Ask me more questions. Don't forget to send an email, and I'll see you next week.